Put it up.
Yeah. You guys wait. You got to hear the music. So. Boom. I wish I had a screen explosion. I'm going to have to start doing some shit. I just want to do stupid stuff like have a screen explosion. Welcome to Fans of Patrol. My name is Montego. Welcome to the show. With me is my wonderful co-host, Miss Tiff Obot. Long time no see, Tiffy.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a long time, actually, shit, because I was fair to our fans last week and said, hey, no way, I'm going, to watch a graduation for 4 hours in an auditorium and, be tortured by that bullshit for thine own child of my loins.
Yes.
So I have no choice. Nobody wants to go to graduation. I'm sorry. Nobody enjoys graduation.
Yuck.
Nope. Look, I keep saying, let them walk in, bing, 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 and then like start announcing the names.
Yes. I don't even have to walk across the stage, in all honesty. Just say my name. I'll clap for myself.
No. I disagree.
You want me to walk across?
Walk across the stage. Parents get the pictures. Get the pictures. You got your shit. Mwah. Sit down. Ming, 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 ming. Everybody leave. Nobody about the guest speaker.
Yeah, I don't want to listen to you. I don't want to listen to you. I want to go home.
And young people, let me explain. Even when I was young, nobody wanted to listen to the fucker who just graduated, who knows nothing about life. Talk about life.
Yeah. Right? What I've learned about life, I'm like, you're about to learn something really terrible.
Yeah, I was sitting there like, It's like I went to a conference a couple years ago, and it was right after the Olympics, right? And they had that young couple. The guy like has one leg, but he's like some runner or some shit like that. And his wife was like, I think a gymnast, something. They both black girls.
Okay, yes, I do know.
23 years old, mind you, right? And they asked them what was the secret of their marital success and how do they do the things. And these two kids, 23 years old, started talking about, how they stay, and I'm
how
like,
they keep the marriage together.
You know nothing. You ain't even hit your 5-year mark, right? If anybody's been married or with somebody a long time, 5-year mark is like, oh shit, do we still do we go right? And it was just like I walked out, right? I was like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. I walked out, right? Like, know it all, And
I can't trust anything else you have to say.
I'm just like, shut up. I just can't stand to hear it. So I walked out, and another lady was out there, and we started talking. She was like, I was like, I don't know how it came up, but I was like, oh, I had to get the hell out of there. She's like, why? I was like, I said, I'm gonna listen to these two people who've been married 5 minutes talk about how they're successful in their marriage. And she was like, ooh, you got a point. She's like, I walked out because I just, I had something else to do. She said, you got a point. I was like, but they don't know shit. So that's how I feel about the graduation speaker. Yeah. So like I said, walk in, sit down. It was so weird. So my kid graduated in Chicago. They were already sitting down in there, right? The graduates, right? Potential graduates. And the alumni came walking in to pomp and circumstance, bing, 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 and the kids was clapping for these educators getting paid, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? What the hell? No, this is ass backwards, right? So anyway,
clap for me,
but you're supposed to clap for the kids. It's their moment, right?
They did a thing.
Exactly. What have you bastards do except for sit in one of these and they had like graduations going like there was 3 of them in one day, like these schools. So we were in the middle one, so we got out of there. And I know nobody wants to hear about my my goofiness with my my children, but that's what I've been doing, y'all. I've been out of town doing my thing, and we was lucky to get beat them down here the week before that to tackle a little Mandalorian and Grogu. and so that was fun. Never did get a promo video out because of this platform I'm on. They jacked up and couldn't get it. I couldn't do anything with it, so all I had was the one footage, and I sat there all damn day, like one of them days to try to
Yep.
get it to work, and it never worked. So we didn't have a promo out, but that video is doing the video is doing pretty well. The show is doing really well.
It was
Everybody
a
loves
great
Beating Down.
show. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
And I'm glad I didn't have to watch that movie. Are you talking to want to watch that movie? No thanks.
Well, I
Oh,
would rather.
shoot.
So if you heard the show, I didn't hate the movie. I didn't.
You're right.
Yeah, I liked it, but it still felt like a TV show for me. I would watch that movie 17 times in a row if I never had to watch The Acolyte, which Beat 'em Down liked.
Well, yes. See, I
And
listened to
I'm
that,
like,
and he said he
what?
was surprised that you didn't like it.
You are
And I
he,
was
he the
like,
only dude. He
I've
the only
known
dude
this
I
whole
know.
because I think we have done some shows where you talked about it, but everybody listening, as much as you've heard about it on the air, it's also been discussed off the air. So I know a lot about why you don't like it and how you don't like it. But I really appreciated that you both really know a lot about Star Wars. Oh no.
Ah, no, you're good.
Oh, you're switching back and forth between us.
Yes, it's
Oh,
switching.
okay. That's fancy.
Yeah, a little something there.
Well, trying
Anyway,
it out. Yeah, because if I would have been on that show, I would have been like, "Who's that guy?" But you guys are like, "It's this guy. He's from this planet. He has this backstory." It's like really fun to listen to you guys have like legitimate complaints and legitimate compliments.
yeah, well, we're gonna, our friends have been loyal friends through thick and thin. So Wizard, all those guys over there and gals, Beat 'em Down, Dave. I've been on his show for Superhero Speak. I actually found my Superhero Speak T-shirt the other day, so so I'm gonna have to get him a shout out. But they've been doing their thing, and we've been clowning, and now we're getting back into the fray. And I want to have those guys on more often, and without it being a special occasion because we have a
Yeah,
good
just
time.
it's a nice time to talk to other people who like enjoy the same stuff as you do. I really like it when they have the same complaint as me. That's like my favorite thing.
What so Beat 'em Down wants to come back for the Punisher, the movie. Uh One Last Kill. So we're gonna get him in here soon. But I think probably next week we need to probably work on Disclosure. Something.
Disclosure Day.
Yeah, I really want to see that. What's the problem? You don't want to see it. We're doing Disclosure, Tiff. Get out of here. It's a big.
Here's the thing. I gotta do it.
It's gonna be great. We're gonna have a ball doing Disclosure. I really want to see it. I hear it's really good. So people could be wrong. But
I've got feelings, and they're
okay.
not always popular.
So this week, man, we went to the movies actually, and I had a pretty decent experience. We're doing don't want to mess up and say we're doing He-Man.
Yeah, because I want to say He-Man as well.
Yeah, we're doing Masters of the Universe. It's been out 2 weeks now, I believe. And been hearing mixed reviews, been hearing a lot of stuff about how much money it didn't make and stuff like that. So that's always interesting because they pour a lot of money in this, and I thought the marketing was pretty nice with this. I thought they did a good job, but it got me excited. I was like, I'm really excited to see it. As much as I'm excited, I was excited to see the upcoming Street Fighter.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I was pretty hyped. I've been hyped. I'm like, I want to see He-Man. It looks pretty good. And so yeah, we're doing He-Man today. So man,
He-Man.
I'm sorry. All right.
You're losing all your nerd cred.
Masters
of the Universe.
Well, I think most nerds probably say He-Man.
They do. He say He-Man. Absolutely, they say. I know it's Masters of the Universe. I know. I get it.
Yeah,
I mean, hey man.
We had years of that song, He-Man. He-Man. That's all the song said, right?
Yeah,
He-Man.
we're doing what you taught us to do.
Exactly.
We are saying He-Man.
You marketed the shit out of us, and that's what we stay. So we won't get it exactly into how much we like this until we get into our thing here. But let's check out old Rotten Tomatoes and see where the people
there he is.
lie. And wait a minute, I'm doing the wrong stuff here. messing with the wrong cameras. There we go. So, man,
Oh, pull up my.
let me. I got to bring that way up. So, there we have it, man. The tomato meter. We're at 68% for the 234 reviewers. But look, Tifflebot, fret not. 68%. The fans are loving this, and that's over 5,000 verified ratings. So, hey, you know, you bastards, you know, stuff might not make money, but the people who are watching it, you know, are loving it, which always kind of just like it's weird for me when that happens, Tiff. You know, it's just kind of strange when it's getting a lot of fan traction, but nobody's going to see it. And
Well,
I'll go
I
ahead.
don't want to spoil my one word,
Okay,
but
don't spoil it yet. Don't spoil it yet. Don't spoil it yet. Be patient because we got other stuff we like to talk about. So let's talk about one of my favorite things, the box office here. So this is Box Office Mojo. Yes, y'all is still around and they're still doing their thing. But domestically, $52 million, $39 million worldwide. I mean, internationally, and 92 million. You know, an abysmal 92 million. Opening day, they did 29 million. Now, this would really spark my interest. I went through the different countries. China. I was like, because I went all the way through, and I was like, oh, they didn't open in China. I wonder why they. Because that's been the moneymaker over the years, right? Look at that. Holy 15 what a million and a half in China for a toy movie. Which
well, look, Australia loved it.
where's Australia?
It's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
top one
yeah.
in the. So they
Well,
were like, heck yeah, take my
still only 2
money.
million, man. You know.
Oh wait, who was that? Go down. Who was 4? Who was 4 million? Brazil.
Yeah.
Brazil. Brazil was like, we have to go. Everybody get in the car. We're going to the movies.
I mean, other countries did, you know.
Yeah, a lot of. I mean, we did a lot. The United Kingdom, they loved it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
Oh, I mean, of course, we spent the most of there. So
of course, but
it
for
cost a lot of money, though.
for a toy movie, I thought China would be, you know, boom, you know, because He-Man been around. They got old fans and probably young fans because
Sure.
of some of the newer, you know, cartoons that's been released and things like that. So how much did it cost? How bad is this number?
Ooh, it's like 170 to 200 million.
Oh, there'll never be another He-Man again. It'll be
Everybody wait bye bye to He-Man, kids.
it'll be
Okay? Bye bye He-Man.
a generation because you got old Dolph Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren looked at that movie. That's how old this guy be. With the next time they do another He-Man, man.
They just dig his bones up.
Man,
Sorry, that's terrible.
I mean,
he's old.
woo, 92 million, huh? Didn't even break the proverbial, what do you call it? Break even, you know? Goodness gracious. It's bad.
Yeah, but not even you're far away. You are far from just making your money back even.
Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah. I wonder why. But and then, like, you know, they pointed out to these internet movies, these scary movies, these two made by these influencers, these internet
Oh, like
people,
Obsession and
Obsession.
Backrooms?
Yeah, made all the money in the world, you know, and
Well,
nothing.
because Dolph Lundgren's only 68.
He looked like he 108.
But I love him.
He looked like he
When I did see him, I was like, hello.
it was
Just,
it was spoiled for me that he was in the
oh, was
movie.
it? It wasn't
Yeah.
spoiled for me. Yeah, I saw Obsession and I saw Backrooms.
What'd you think? I mean, we might do them, but you know, just a little preview.
Yeah, I think there's a
I
lot
had
of
somebody
practical
tell me that
effects.
Backrooms, one of those they didn't like, and the other one they did. You know.
Yeah, I liked both of them.
Yeah.
For different reasons, I think, and
Okay.
I think that they were like really like Backrooms. I would say there was just something about it for me. I've never played the game though, so maybe that's people are upset.
Oh, it's a
But
game.
yeah, it's
Oh, I
like
didn't.
based on like a video game. But like I don't know how much of the video game actually has like a particular story more so than like there's probably like a loose story that ties like all the insides together, but I'm not sure. But I would just say that Backrooms is a movie that first time in a long time where I was like, I literally am not going to go to the bathroom
Oh,
because I don't want to like.
yeah.
I went into it with like no expectation. Like I was like, oh, this will be like a fun movie to watch. But I was like, I'm not. Once I was watching the movie, I was like, I can't leave. I can't take the risk
That's funny.
of
When I watched
missing.
uh, Mandalorian and Grogu, I think I was like an old man in there. I was like, to the bathroom, right? But when I saw He-Man, I didn't even have to go, and I chugged a big old thing. I was like, huh, okay. So anyway, where we are now, I guess we could start getting into it, huh?
Hmm.
So, Masters of the Universe, 2000. Well, wait a minute. I did mention Mandalorian and Grogu, right?
Hmm.
Just some quick Star Wars news. That's Star Wars is like doing a reset. They're doing, I mean, and if you don't know anything about the studios, Kathleen Kennedy, who used to be the secretary way back in the day for George Lucas, ended up being the CEO of Lucasfilm for the longest, and people really hated her direction, felt like she didn't really know Star Wars, and that's why it's gone to where it's gone. So they're like resetting. They said we're going to reset, and some of the stuff just sounds strange, Tifflebot. So their marketing, their target audience now is 10-year-old to 70 year olds, and I'm like,
What was it before?
that's everybody, right?
Yeah, why just said really funny. Why bother saying anything?
Y'all ain't even messing with them 71 year
Our target, yeah,
olds.
71s, get the fuck out of here. Otherwise, come see us. 10 servicing 10 to 71. Like the thing is that like what did they say it was before? Do
Um,
you know? Like was it like
it
0 to
was
100?
I think it was like that normal demographic for action
Oh,
movies.
like 18 to 25-year-olds or whatever.
I think 13 to like 25-year-olds
Sure.
was the
So like, don't worry, we're gonna give you some mature Star Wars.
what is the stupidest shit you can do? I will die on this hill. Andor is the best shit. That and the movie Andor came from, what is it? The
Oh,
one
Rogue One.
Rogue One. Best thing that happened. They could have just gave us just those two things, and I would have been happy.
Yeah.
With Star Wars this whole decade. I was like, oh shit, we gotta go. And you could have probably made more than one of those Rogue One movies if you were only gonna do less movies. But they saturated the market. People got tired of the shit. You gave us that abysmal movie that beat them down like so much. I mean, TV show. And nobody gives a shit. I mean, I am the militant Star Wars fan, man. Like the premier Star Wars fan, and I done got to the point that I don't give a shit. That's bad.
Yeah.
And so that's their new target audience. So I'm like, they kind of lost on that shit. And I'm like, don't y'all realize y'all fans is my age? Your most hardcore fans
Yeah.
are still, we're not dead. You can't
We
market to
still
10
matter.
year olds and 70-year-olds. I mean, what the hell are you doing? So I just
Also,
thought it was
I just feel like I kind of feel like the reason why they kind of bracket ages for like target audiences is because at certain points in your life, you are, like when you're a young kid, you're going to be more accepting of that like childish
yeah.
material stuff, but it makes no sense. The cap at 70, like, there's not much that changes from 70 to like, you know what I mean? As far as like what you might prefer in your entertainment.
Well,
So like there's fucking pointless.
I could see 70 because my mom was a Star Wars fan.
Mhm.
She saw it like 70 times before she took me to see it. I was like with the last kid in kindergarten to see that goddamn movie. Got a little still got some
still
problems.
still still
Still got some
still tore
problems
up
on that,
about
mama.
it.
So yeah, so my mom's like about to be 80. And she loves Star Wars, and
Yeah.
her generation, they were the adults going to see Star Wars. So it's kind of like,
Right. And now that we've kind of it feels almost like now because we've all of those folks who are older and experienced Star Wars back in the day, um, it's everyone else coming behind them is going to be the same. Like if you were going to be a person who's into Star Wars,
yeah.
you're probably going to be into Star Wars, and then by the time you're 70, you're probably still going to be into Star Wars.
Let me say this about older, like Gen Z, boomer Star Wars fans. They're rabid, man. They've been fans forever. None of these newer fans, I'm sorry, they're you got some out there that's diehard, but people were going to the movie 45 times, paying money to see this movie. It was
Yeah.
out for like years. Like, and people 2 years later, it was still going to the theater to see it. People would never do that shit now. And I challenge any of you bastards out there to do
Yeah,
it.
see it 40 times.
Yeah, with real money.
Yes, money.
Real money. Not sneaking in,
You
not
would even you would have to rush too because we don't keep movies around like that anymore.
right, right, that's true. But I'm just saying that was a thing. You'll never see that again. You will never have fandom on that level for anything ever again. In
Yeah,
my
and also the internet has made everything
exactly.
so accessible, and I'm not even talking about, like, the ability to potentially watch a movie on your own at home. I mean, it's so much easier to find a niche community that you don't ever have to sort of, like because, back in the old nerdy days, everybody, you had to, like, investigate your materials. You had to be like, "Do I like, old sci-fi television?" You had to, like, go and seek it out. It wasn't like you could just be like,
That's for
"Boop."
sure. And the only thing we had
Um,
was, we had Fangora, and we had, we
heck
had
yeah,
we had
Fangoria.
Fangora magazine. We had a couple little magazines. Fangora was one of them,
Yeah,
that
and then you'd read those magazines and you'd be like, "Holy I've never heard of this before. Like, what is this?"
exactly.
Because it wasn't like you were just on the internet with a bunch of other people who are like, "Oh, you like, weird ethereal horror. Here's all the movies you could ever watch." And then you never have to like, "Well, I tried the Power Rangers movie or whatever, and I didn't like it."
Power Rangers.
Because you're like, it's just
Go,
there
go,
at your
Power
fingertips.
Rangers.
I don't know why I said that's a terrible pick for, like, an example.
Well, anyway, let's get back into it. I know I'm obsessed with Star Wars. I will always talk Star Wars on this show. But just because
You
that
sound like a are you threatening me?
that that out no, not you. No, that article came out, and I was just like, "Ugh, you guys are still lost." Plus, it's
Yeah,
like, what kind of Star Wars are we gonna get with that kind of range dynamic? You can't have it all, Disney. That's the problem. Y'all used to having it all.
and yeah,
You give a girl a out and watch the Sleeping Beauty when it back in the when that shit came out, and they still watching it. That
yeah,
shit don't happen no more, chief.
right.
I mean, it's rare now. It's just too many choices and stuff.
The
Anyway,
note to Disney is that Rome fell, It's not like
yeah,
everything's forever. Just
yeah.
relax.
You goddamn right. Okay, so let's hit Masters of the Universe, man, the property of Mattel, getting into the movie business.
Mattel, buy these toys. Buy them.
Well, they did so well with the Barbie movie. They made cash
Oh,
from
yeah, absolutely.
cash,
They were like
cash.
they
You
had
know,
a money tree. They made money so hard they invented a money tree.
and reinvigorated a lot of little girls playing hardcore with Barbie again.
Mhm.
So that's the thing. So they said, hey, this is our other property that's big, and we got a girl tie into this one too. So if we do this shit right, we can do She-Ra, we can get the girls back
You
in, we got
guys have some more disposable income.
yeah.
We'd
So
like some more of your hard-earned dollars. And what we're
that,
gonna do is we're gonna make your kids want it, so there's a lot of screaming in the store.
yeah, well, if they have another show in like $29 million, you never they out of the toy business forever.
Yeah, it's bye-bye.
So
Well,
anyway,
the thing
man,
is that they've already made the toys, because that's it all at once.
I wonder if they make Masters of the Universe toys.
Oh, they absolutely did. I can't confirm that, like, I didn't look into it, but I
Yeah,
can't imagine that they wouldn't.
well, that formula's kind of gone with GI Joe and Transformers, right? They
Ooh, you're
they
right,
used,
but
they used to
I'm
make
gonna
the
let
toys. The TV shows and stuff was nothing but commercials for the
right,
toys,
that's exactly right.
which I completely fell for. Hook, line, and the damn sinker. I was a victim. Like
Yeah.
I'm still a
Yeah,
victim. I'm buying
yeah.
this bullshit behind me. I'm still
Oh,
buying.
my I mean, yes. I think there's something about our generation too that's like because of those things, like, I had Popples, I had, strawberry shortcake, I had
Mm,
Rainbow Bright stuff because,
yeah,
like, yeah, they knew exactly what kids wanted,
yeah,
and they
yeah,
were like, "Please buy these."
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, and
Woo.
compared to what they spent on the toys, the just little TV show cost them nothing. But anyway, so let's get into Masters of the Universe, man.
Yeah,
2026.
you can buy, a figurines, get them at Target
Okay.
for this
But
movie.
not,
I mean,
but
they are literal toys, they're like 10.99.
okay. Okay. Well, I don't know if kids still play with you know,
I
uh,
don't know what kids do, yeah.
toys.
They like stuff.
Toy
Yeah.
Story 5 is out. I didn't even know it was.
Yes, and when
And
I went to the theater, it was fucking packed with children there to see Toy Story 5.
yeah, me too. It's kids dressed up and stuff, and they had on the outfits and stuff. Um, and I think the premise of this one, just from the trailer that I saw, is like, they got this iPad, basically a kid iPad. It's like the evil taking over the kid's attention, and I'm like, that's pretty good, yeah, because enough of this shit, with these kids like in front of these screens. Anyway, man, PG-13, 2 hours 20 minutes. Masters of the Universe, superhero, sword and sorcery, action and adventure. Directed by Travis Knight. A young man on Earth discovers a fabulous secret legacy as prince of an alien planet and must recover a magic sword and return home to protect his kingdom.
That's
That's the
it.
synopsis. That's what we got. Uh, I'm actually surprised at some of the names that was in this movie. But tell us who's in this movie.
Okay, so it's Nicholas Galitzine, I think is how you say that. I'm not 100% sure.
I
My
believe he's a
apologies.
newcomer. I think he was a newcomer when they started shooting this thing. I don't know.
Camila Mendez,
Mm-hmm.
Idris Elba,
Idris, the DJ Elba. You've been seeing it on internet. He's
I did not realize it was Jared Leto, who is a piece of fucking shit.
wait a minute. Whoa. Why is he a piece of shit?
Oh, he's gotten a lot of like sexual
I'm missing news.
charges. Like I saw like other people saying that he was not appropriate.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's pretty recent, like maybe in the last year.
Was he just being a Hollywood douche, or was it more than that?
No, I think it's more like yuck.
Okay. Well, seeing his name in these credits assures that the movie is going to do terrible. He's a box office bomb, man.
I mean,
don't put him in your movie. Don't put him in your movie.
I'm gonna look it up because I don't want to spread rumors, but I'm pretty sure that's what I heard.
Okay.
You
want me to finish with the names?
Yeah, if you want to finish the names, because there was Alison Brie.
Yeah, and we have Alison Brie, Sam Wilson, believe it, not the famous Sam Wilson with the shield, but John Zhang is in this. Caroline Riley. Who is this guy? Ooh, I cannot pronounce that.
James Purefoy. That's
who is
the
he?
dad. Purefoy.
Oh, yeah.
He's in a lot. He's very famous. He's in like A Knight's Tale is always what I can think of that he's in.
What was he in A Knight's Tale?
He's the king. Like he's not in the movie very much, but that's just like because he was in so much stuff in like the 90s and 2000s.
Oh, you mean the prince? He was the prince.
Yes, the prince. My apologies.
Black Prince, yeah. Kristen Wiig had a role in this. Charlotte Riley, Kristen Bettridge, Artie Wilson Hunt, who played young Adam, did it pretty well. Erie Farrell, James Wilkinson, Dolph the 68 muscle bound London.
There he is.
Who should I say? What was his name? Drago.
Yeah.
And Cujo Atan. So yeah, I don't know.
There's a lot of like famous people in this movie.
I was surprised. I was like, damn. When I found out it was Jared Leto, I didn't know, because of the makeup and the prosthetics and all that stuff.
Yeah, and he's speaking with an accent. Like a Skeletor accent. Because a British-esque.
Yeah, I know you can't do it because of, the cartoon, but it ain't nothing like that. I'm gonna get you here, man.
That's the thing.
That voice.
I want. Yes, please.
I love it.
This is what I would stand in line for.
Exactly. I know y'all don't want to do it. But goddamn, I want to hear it. Right? It's just like the guy that plays Optimus Prime. You can't bring in a fake Prime. We're gonna know. We know it's not Peter Cullen. He went from the cartoons to the movies, right? He's Prime. You should have just brought Skeletor in there, man. I would have loved it.
Yes, just give it to us.
I'm gonna get you. I love it.
They couldn't even do that thing. I'm sorry about I had to swallow something. They could have just done that thing where they did. I don't know if you've watched Twisted Metal. I think we watched some of it.
I watched 2 seasons. I know the 3rd season is either out or coming out, something like that.
So Sweet Tooth is played by an actor, but that other guy does his voice. The same guy who does the Lego Batman.
Oh, yeah.
Will Arnett. Will Arnett does his voice, but it's portrayed by an actor.
No wonder why it doesn't match.
It's
a Max and stuff, but I'm like,
But I love Sweet Tooth. Like the person who's acting him does so much good, like physical acting that I'm like, get Will Arnett fucking out of here. Anyway, all I'm saying is they could have had a person in the Skeletor thing and then somebody else doing that.
Well, speaking of exactly. Speaking of well, then you wouldn't need Jared Leto, right?
I know.
Speaking of Sweet Tooth. Mark Hamill is coming, supposed to be Sweet Tooth's dad in the third season. Yeah.
I have to go. If that's on the TV, I gotta go right now.
Oh shit, that's cool. And he does the best voices
He
pretty much.
does.
You know,
When we saw uh the Long Walk,
yeah.
I knew he was gonna be in the movie, and he looks and sounds so different in the movie. I forgot it was him until the end. I was
I
like,
see him. I recognize him. I can't not unsee.
yeah, I just was like, oh, that is him.
I don't even see Luke. I don't even see
Excuse
Luke
me.
Skywalker. I see Mark Hamill.
Yeah, yeah, he's really just like
You know,
gone for it in life.
yeah, yeah, right. He's taking over because normally people like that is like all you see is, and this is not true. Han Solo or Luke Skywalker. Both of those actors was like, nope. And step right out of those roles. So you see Harrison Ford, you see Mark Hamill.
And
That's what you see.
and then Mark Hamill had that accident
Right.
that like
Yeah.
prevented him in people's for some reason. I mean, back in the day, like from getting acting some stuff. So he did the voice acting, and that just like the never give up attitude that I quite enjoy.
Yeah, yeah. It's served him well. He still got a lot of cash. Anyway, man, I say that like I know his wallet or something like that. I don't know.
My friend Mark Hamill.
All right, man. So my friend Mark Hamill. What you got in your bank account?
Yeah. Show me that receipt.
So
Just standing behind at the ATM, like.
right, I know you got money. We're mine. Anyway, before we go any further, before we start, it's time for one word. Oh man, one word. I'm up the whole movie. How we feel in one word. What is your one word, Tiff?
I'm scared because my one word is lame.
Lame. Explain. Lame.
I know that the TV shows got corny stuff, but like this movie, like for me was a lot of felt embarrassing
Oh, really?
to
Wow.
watch, and like it does a lot of jokes. I feel it doesn't really deserve to, like they're not funny. Like I mean, it's not even like they're not funny. It's more just like where is this coming from? It's like a kid randomly saying butthole. Like I'm like, no, I don't want, no, thank you.
Huh.
But the thing is that I'm also probably not the target audience for this movie. But what I was gonna see, I almost
Well,
because
see,
I didn't watch a ton of He-Man. I'm just aware of like I watched it because my like brother watched it, and then like I'm aware of it because I've seen the old Masters of the Universe. You know what I mean? Like I've
sure, sure.
participated, but I wasn't like, oh, I had the toys, and I never even watched Shira, which is like everyone loves that, and I never
No,
watched that.
I never watched She-Ra either. So,
Um,
you know.
just like my peers are like, yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. So maybe that. So when you were talking about the
The fan store? The
tomato
fan
meter,
yes.
I always wanted to be like, I think we both know that sometimes a majority of people don't have good opinions.
Well, what, 86% on the fan meter, man. So
I mean, that's what I'm like. It was a high amount of people
it showed up
reviewing it.
it showed up for a lot of people. A lot of people like it,
We
so
saw it in the theater, and there was one other person in there,
oh, really?
but they loved it.
Let me say this. I went yesterday and the place was packed. They were all adults.
I went at 9 a.m.,
I
so
went
that
at
makes a big difference.
no, no, no. I went at 10. It was the first movie. Because I like the 9 a.m. It was the first one of the day, and it was packed with people, and everybody. There was no kids in there. It was all
Yeah,
people
no kids.
my age and shit like that. Um, was I a rampant He-Man fan? Nope. I never bought one toy or anything like that. If I went over to somebody else's house and they had the toys, I would play with them. The muscly muscle things are always a little weird to me. Basically the same muscle body with different hairs and different paint jobs. I did watch the TV show because it came on, I think, in between like something that I liked and something that I liked,
Sure.
you know. So I would just watch it, and I would enjoy it to a certain extent. There was a lot of episodes, and I've watched it recently and have enjoyed it more because it's so cheesy.
Mhm.
And so for my one word, it is cheese.
Oh, but like the good kind.
Well, it's full of a lot of cheese, and I have to be honest. I'm gonna be 100 as I always am. I'm not honest, but I still don't really know how I feel about this movie. You
Sure.
know, I think that it looked great. Knowing it was CGI, I like the chase battles in the spaceships and stuff like that looked good. I mean, the sound effects, it was just boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, shit, I feel the stakes. If you get zapped with one of them lasers, they ass is cooked. You know, I really liked Idris Elba's performance in it. You know, I found him to be very genuine. I didn't mind Adam. I kind of liked him actually, you know, and I liked the story. I really did like the story. I like how he, you know, was at Earth and he just, you know, just couldn't let the stuff go. He on his date trying to, you know, convince this woman, all this stuff. So, but I know I didn't love it, you know, and I think I liked it. But there was some embarrassing like jokes in there that they were playing. It was just like, oh man, I don't know who thought this shit was funny, you
I
know.
mean, I think we can say some of these jokes because it's not like we're gonna get to that point in the movie and like this is when they happen. But like some of the fisting jokes, I don't care, but like it's just I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it didn't feel like it's almost like they were like, we know this hasn't been very funny so far, so we're gonna try to make it funny. But I'm like, I think you could have made a funny joke, you just didn't do it. And like so
yeah,
like my problem with it is that it's trying to do a lot of it tried to do a lot of stuff that like it didn't quite earn. You know what I mean? Like it was like I'm saying, like all of a sudden, like when some kid in class goes 69 and
six, seven.
we're all like, I know,
Oh,
I'm talking about like our my generation.
okay, I'm about to
Uh
say, I don't think you say that shit no more. You know?
no, but I'm saying like if they say that, but there's like that it's only really funny to like a group of children who are trying to disrupt a classroom. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah,
gonna be most of the time adults aren't gonna be like, oh, 69, ha ha ha. But they were dropping those types of like this comment is gonna be a chuckle.
yeah, yeah. So that the movie didn't do well. I thought visually, I thought it was gorgeous. You know, and I normally, you know, either you go all the way CGI you know, the mix is always like bad, right? Because then you can pick out what's real and what's not, you know. So I think, you know, Eternia, all those places, I think they look great. I like, you know, that flying stuff. And, you know, anyway, let's get into it. Movie starts, you know, at a time of peace and stuff. And Adam's a little kid, little scrawny little kid, and Daddy and Man at Arms is just like just straight cunt bags to this kid. You know, they
Oh
just
my god.
treat them so bad. You're weak. You're
Like you're
nothing. Go ahead.
and then later he's like he thinks his dad's dead and he's like I mean honestly he'd be sad, but like he's like that guy's mean to you. Really, he's mean. He's a bad man. In
Yeah,
the beginning, not bad, but you guys, what I'm saying is this movie tries to establish a very gentle, loving relationship. It's not like implied in the background of this kid's life, but that guy, the only thing we see is him being a turd,
yeah. You know,
like a
so
literal turd.
and Idris Elba being the most cockiest man at arms in the on the planet. I mean, he was just so cocky. I'll save you all. You know, and everything goes right. They have this invasion, which I think I would have liked to see a little bit more character development with the bad guys before the invasion. You know, instead of just showing up. Uh, yeah, yeah. You know,
Yes,
like
it's like, I understand why we have to have that, but I do want to touch upon at this point. This movie is extremely long for like what it's offering me. 2 hours and 20 minutes long. But I do think we need this initial part because they're kind of establishing how we end up in like the other realm and like what he needs to do while he's there. But
yeah.
like,
So They
fine,
developed they developed the good guys really fast, right? I
yeah,
mean, in that little scene, but then the bad guys just show up just twirling mustaches, you know, and I was just
yeah,
like,
they are there to troll mustaches
yeah.
to lower their top hats very low over their eyes. Do you know what I mean? They're there to ruin the fifth grade birthday party. They're
Well
there to
well,
like
that's why you should have used the real Skeletor voice from back in the day, you know?
because
Yeah,
yes, I think that that would have helped make the movie a little bit more funny because like it's also not very serious, but it is sort of serious, but it's
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like so it would have helped bring a little bit more levity because there's that part very early on when he's talking to Eveline and he says something that's funny. Like it was like intended to be funny, but I'm like, so why are we not hearing that?
oh, yeah, 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 I think it's the part when he was raising his fist and was laughing and then they didn't know what to do, so they kinda had some of those, like, Three Stooges moments, like, you know, those Marx Brothers moments, and so, you know, he takes over Eternia immediately, you know, then, like, you got the sorceress who pretty much played a role just like she did in the cartoon. Castle Ghost Grayskull was right there next to it, not in a land all by itself, which I thought was weird. Um, and then they hurl this boy, and he loses the sword immediately. And all the powers in the sword, and Skeletor wants it. So then the kid is grown up. He's on his date. He's in HR. You know, terrible. I don't know. I think his job was terrible. His boss who gave him the reading the riot act. I was like, I would hate working for her.
Yeah. I think that, like, there's a little heavy-handedness in these setups for his real sort of your real world antagonists because, like, the girl who's on a date with him, any sane person who hears someone talking like that on a first date is gonna be like, I do have to go." Do you know what I mean? Like, imagine going on a first date and them seriously telling you it's not a joke, that
I'm
they are from a different
yeah.
reality, that they're prince of that reality. You would be like, I have to go."
Well, and she did. She took
She did,
off and
she did. But then later in the movie, these people are kind of reintroduced as, like, his personal demons and villains, and it's like, she just left a date where she felt uncomfortable. There's really
yeah.
nothing wrong with what she
Oh, no,
did.
no, for sure.
And I will also say, I don't the lady playing the boss did a really good job of making you hate her because that's, like, the whole point of her is for you to be like, "That lady sucks."
Yeah,
Um,
doing
but
that
I
court
will say
speaking stuff, just ugh.
I will say that I could understand why you might ask someone to not Google purchasable weapons on your work computer. Do you know what I mean? Like, you might be like, "One time we saw you doing it's fine. This is like the 17th time I've seen you Googling them." Like,
Yeah,
it's just it can be uncomfortable in the workplace. I would be like, "I don't care what this guy's doing," but, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's a legitimate thing, but she was really selling it as far as like, "Man, I hate this lady."
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, because I make fun of people with corporate speak all the time, all the time. I'm always like,
Yeah, she's very much like, I'm non-confrontational, but the whole time
yeah.
she's being extremely
Oh, yeah.
confrontational.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, like,
So
yeah, it's very corporate,
so
speak.
he has a shitty life. It reminded me of, James McAvoy in Wanted, but McAvoy did a way better job at selling
Mm,
movie did a way better job at selling how abysmal his existence was, His existence was abysmal, but trying to be funny with it too. And with
right.
James McAvoy, he was just like, "Oh," and Wanted. He was like, "Oh, Wesley." That was
I've never seen it, I should watch it. Um,
Wanted. Holy shit! It's James Mac.
I do
Want
like him.
Morgan Freeman, Angelina Jolie. I mean, Sean Bean.
Ooh, Sean Bean.
Awesome movie. Awesome movie.
Um, and
Yeah, but
I know
this is
why
a
they don't wanna
serious
make him, like,
movie.
super depressed because it's not really a super depressing thing, but he does and maybe that's intentional, but, like, because of that fact, like you're mentioning, he comes off a little bit whiny because it's
Mm,
like he's mostly just kind of not whiny, maybe isn't the word, I guess naive, yeah, and childish, which is fine, but, like, he's more feels like a boy rather than someone who's like, really down and out, feeling really
yeah,
depressed. He's more like a boy who can't give up on a dream, even though we know it's real.
yeah.
You know what I mean? He feels very, like, naive and innocent because he still believes in, like, what most of us would consider a fairy tale. I will say also, who was in charge of this young man when he came to from Eternia? Because why were they letting him make fun of him in that classroom like that?
I was just about to interrupt you and just be like, how did he? Okay, so Kal-El, from Krypton, got powers, and he comes
Yeah.
to Earth, right? They don't develop right away, but you know, as a kid, he has powers. You know, what protected this kid? Where did he go? What
Yes.
orphanage was it? Who took care of him? I just kind of what I was thinking that like, well, how is he pretty successful right now?
They showed that he must have had someone who was caring for him because he wouldn't enroll himself in Earth school. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's from an entirely different reality. What happened? Why didn't we see? I would have almost liked it better if we scrapped some of this beginning and we had some more emotional resonance of him being like, I have a family on Earth
Yeah, yeah,
that I
yeah.
am gonna miss.
I was
That
thinking
there
that.
is this. Like, there could have been. I'm just saying this movie takes a lot of, like, what I would consider more shortcuts and
Yeah,
asks us for some emotional investment that it doesn't really I don't care. Like, later in this movie, he kills his own father, And there was zero mourning. He tells his mom, and then they go right back to be like, "You know what I learned in business school? Synergy."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was
So
like, "You killed him."
yeah, so, Tila comes out of nowhere, and, I forgot the name of that, monster that was chasing Beast Man.
Beastman. You
Beast
you
Man
know, if you're unsure, I would just suggest guessing what you would
yeah,
call the
yeah,
monster.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, so Beast Man looked pretty CGI the whole time,
He did, but I did sort of like, this is such a corny thing to enjoy about it, but, like, that he was more like a ape, like, he was walking like that, whereas he did not do he's humanoid
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
regular, but I was like, "Oh, okay, since we have a little bit more space with our imagination here, we can do a little bit more with CGI." I liked that they were like, "Oh, he'd probably more walk like this," and he could walk upright as well, but, like, did a lot of, like, interesting stuff as far as, like, what they could do with their bodies, even other folks within the movie.
yeah. Tila shows up, and she started whooping ass, right? Like, on a superhero human level. I mean, she jumps off that bridge, he jumps off that bridge, following her, he would be dead, she
Yeah,
you know, and
because
I'm
right
just
now, no power.
no power, right. Um, and so then, they get to the ship, everybody's looking at it. I kinda liked how the people were out there taking pictures of the ship and wasn't just acting like,
I
damn.
do enjoy there is a lot of background stuff in this movie that's great because of course you would be. Everyone's filming in this movie.
Yeah,
When he's at the fucking store later, people are filming. People are
yeah,
filming, filming, filming.
yeah, and I enjoyed the stealing of the sword scene because,
Yeah.
I just thought it was comical. He was asking the people, it was, nerds, and nobody's trying to stop him from stealing the sword. Even the girl who works there, like, call me, please. She
Yeah,
thought
which,
it was
by the
hot.
way, he's a very good-looking guy, but if you saw a man doing that, you would be like, at most, you would tell your friends later, "I saw this weird thing happen." You wouldn't be like,
Oh,
"Are
yeah.
you single?" And that's the sort of stuff that it just kinda crops up out of nowhere that's a little strange, but I mean, whatever. But
I love
yeah, so
I love how the cops show up the very next day. That they didn't, like,
yeah, 2
out of
cars.
reality. They didn't take us out of reality. Like, he just stole this stuff in front of
Yeah,
all these
no one's
people.
in trouble.
Yeah, and they show up and the next day, and immediately. But they had him in the back of the car with
Yeah,
no.
no what? And they were like, "And wait here.
Yeah, yeah.
No screen between, and
So
wait here."
yeah, and so they threw in a Highlander reference, and, I was like, "Huh, that's interesting." I didn't realize it was gonna visit us later in the show.
Mhm.
Which I didn't mind at all. I
No,
did
I
not
didn't mind that either.
they had a lot of, like, '80s, like, guitar riffs as, like, the main music and stuff, and I get it. That's when this shit was popular, so I don't know. I found some of the music to be a little annoying, and I was just like, "Huh, yeah, okay."
Huh.
Huh. Because I
Hmm.
think if you would have made gave it a more serious score, the movie would come off more serious.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
there's, like, some it's kinda like they're going like this.
Yeah.
When if they would've just been like they could
Yep.
have achieved I think, like, even because they allowed the corniness to happen, that was not something they were trying to
Exactly.
hide, but I
Exactly.
feel like they kind of were shy of like, they just didn't wanna, like, completely go full corny, but they
Yeah.
didn't wanna completely go full serious. It felt a little bit like a
Not
children's
even
movie, like a movie for children that they didn't want to lose
the
adult
core audience.
audiences for.
Yeah. Yeah, the core audience, honestly,
Right,
these
and that's the thing.
Generation Zs.
Make
No,
it the
Generation
you
Xers.
can make a movie that is appropriate for children and interesting to adults without sacrificing, like, what I would consider like, the story is fine. It's a very hero story.
Yeah.
He's separated from his world, he's getting back to the world, and then he saves it. That's a very basic hero story. Not a
Yeah.
problem. The problems I come across is when they're like it's like they're making like, we know it's cheesy, but it's like, he's kinda corny, and then, like but they don't kinda wanna they kinda act like he's not corny. It's weird, it's hard to explain, but, like, there's, like, some uneven tone to it that, like, feels intended for children, but it's not for children.
I felt that way, and that's why I still haven't made up my mind exactly how I feel about this thing. So, what happens is he becomes the words come to him, he becomes He-Man. And now this I really liked because he becomes He-Man, he's strong, he's tearing down those, flying things, but he's still him. He didn't
Yes,
like the cartoon become a different person.
correct, and
I really like
he's,
that.
like, shocked, and that's I like that as well, where he's, like, surprised.
Yeah,
It's not like all of a sudden he's, like, turns and he's like, "I know exactly what to do." He's kinda like, fumbles through it a little bit. He's still
Yeah, like,
successful.
I'm glad that all the knowledge didn't come with him too, kinda like
Right.
Shazam and Captain Marvel and,
Yeah, the fun
he
part is
still
him
yeah,
learning to be Shazam. It's not about him already being Shazam. Like, that's I do enjoy that. That makes good sense for this movie.
100%. So, he defeats all the villains. I did enjoy the flying chase scene with him doing the stuff that the kid on the cartoon would do. He's on the
Yeah.
thing, he leaping for that and leaping from this. That was cool. You know, they find Man at Arms and stuff. They get caught, right? Thrown in jail. I really
Thrown
like
in
the
jail.
robot. I really like the robot. I thought the robot was cool. I wanted to see actually more of the robot, to be honest with you.
Well, and that's the robot's fine. The robot, I love a sassy robot, okay? Always more sassy robot. But this robot isn't really in it a lot, and I don't feel an emotional connection very much to this robot. It's fine. It's fine robot. It's cute, funny.
Mhm.
Um, but then the robot gets blown up later, and I don't feel a thing. I give a fuck. Like, I'm like, okay, and they're gonna rebuild it. I don't give a shit about that. It does like weird stuff like that where it's asking me to but anyway, so they're in jail and we run back into Idris Elba, who is
Yeah.
in there as a drunk tank, like and
Yeah.
honestly, how drunk are we? Because I feel like we're drunk for days into the adventure.
And how I just was trying to figure out how is he drunk in jail, anyway.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess you could have just been put in there in the drunk tank, but that wasn't my impression. My impression was that he was super drunk
Right.
and I know that this is weird for maybe people who haven't seen this movie yet, but you guys, they go hours into a mission, I would say, and he is still drunk, which I guess that does happen sometimes, but like super drunk.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a
yeah,
plot point. I get it. It's
yeah.
part of the story. But I was like, this guy would not still be drunk.
So one thing that the movie did that I did like is when they met the other heroes, from that he gave all these weird names. So I like that they took credit for these dumbass names that these dolls always had, like Fisto
Yeah,
and
neck and neck.
Mecca, and it was basically a kid, saying this stuff.
Yeah.
And so it made sense that it was so
But
dumb,
the
you
stuff
know.
that I want the movie to do, like, little nods to stuff and like, "Oh, that makes sense to me. A child named them. These are goofy names."
Yeah,
That's
right.
a fun way for someone who's really involved, like, who really likes Masters of the Universe, and, like, somebody who's writing a love letter, like the director would be, to
Yeah.
be like, "Isn't this a funny way to, like, understand?" We always made fun of those names, you know what I mean? So wasn't this
Yeah.
a funny way to understand?
I really like that part that they introduced that.
And I
So
think we could have had a whole movie like that.
yes. So, they all get captured. They come up with a plan, they escape. I did like how all the smoke was in our way and they all started choking on all the damn concrete smoke. I like that. They start playing Highlander. Here we
Yep.
are, heroes of the universe. I was like, wow, that's for Highlander. Huh. I was like, that's a
How
Highlander
I
song.
wondered how that all is that a majority of the budget because they had to ask for a soundtrack specifically made for another movie, and it's a Queen song on top of it, so they're like, "How much did
By the
that
way,
cost?"
I'm a hardcore Highlander fan. I used to watch the TV show. I think I watched every TV show. I used to love Connor McLeod, Duncan McLeod, all that stuff. They're supposed to be doing a movie for a new movie. Anyway, so you know, at this point, it's basically the heroes get together and decide to be heroes and go fight Skeletor. So they go there, right, and he gets his ass handed to him with the quickness and breaks the sword. Now, you saw it coming a mile away, right? Because
Right.
he said in the beginning,
Wait, before this happens, this is when he
go ahead.
kills his own dad.
Well, that happens. Yeah,
And then they go to the jail because that's when they break out of the jail, that's after he's killed his dad.
yeah, yeah. You know something? I'm glad you brought that back because I really enjoyed the fight sequences in this thing. I thought that the fighting didn't go over the top, and I like to see when he was like really whooping ass. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
was like, this is cool because he's supposed to be He-Man, right? He can't be a punk, and struggling with one little bad guy. He about pulled trap jaw's mouth off of him, earlier in the film,
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh shit, we about to, are we going dark? Fine, uh, but then when he was fighting all these guys and this goat dude and all these other people, it was a lot of ass whooping going on, and I
Mhm.
got nervous though, Tipplebot, because I was like, nobody's staying down,
Yeah.
He
There were
just
some
started
people
murder
who were
he started murdering people. I was like, okay.
yeah.
I was like, all right. Threw the one dude clear off the damn thing, And I was like, okay, cool, 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 cool. And so I enjoyed the flight sequence. I mean, the fight sequences. I enjoyed the flight sequences. I like when that little buzz machine came and he grabbed the
Yeah, the blades.
yeah. I was like, that's some He-Man shit,
Yeah, that's He-Man stuff.
right. So you know, they're attacking the castle. Mom's still alive.
Yeah, mom survived.
Yeah,
He was like, "Mom, dad's dead."
yeah, that's true.
Has anyone ever heard of teamwork? Does
This
anybody
shit,
like
that shit
what
bothered you to the max, boy. That was
because he was like because he came in, he had just killed his dad, who he was just reunited with, and he comes back in and he's like, he's dead. Now, everyone in here, I want you to look across
yeah,
from
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
table at the person across from you.
No,
And
I was a little baffled at that because I assumed, with the HR team building business stuff, that he hated that stuff. But that was his strength, right? And now it's his strength
yeah.
was the HR team building. And I'm like, I thought he like hated that part of his
Yeah,
life.
I don't know.
And I,
I don't know.
I was confused. I was like, so this is his strength. Okay, he's a good listener.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
how do
like
we
good at like helping people.
Yeah. And he pulled that shit on Skeletor. Let's just talk. Blah, 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 blah. And I really did like how Skeletor was like, look, dude, I'm evil.
Yeah,
I'm a
I
whistle
did
for,
appreciate that in the movie, but yeah, he's like
Exactly.
that's how much is going on.
Yeah, that
Like,
one
you
was
know,
that.
because he's like I'm hearing you. I don't give a fuck. Like I
Right.
just
Yeah. And
I'm bad and I like it.
it was also interesting that he had took over everything and had nothing and didn't even have a plan. He just wanted to
Yeah,
take
he was
over
just
everything.
like,
Like
now I'm
he made
done
everything
this.
shitty and went to sleep. You know, then he made
Yeah.
everything shitty and he went to sleep. And I'm like, yeah, so what's I want more power. For what? So you can make somebody else life
That's
shitty and go back to sleep?
that's how it is. That's how it is. The thing is that he did say, if I don't have this, then they can take it away from me because
Yeah.
that's the ultimate power. But
Yeah,
I think
but you really not doing nothing with the power.
he just loves being shitty.
Now, I will say my least favorite character in this movie
Evelyn.
was yes, 100%. Yep. I think she did nothing but just get bullied on and then look like she was gonna flip, and betray, but she just did nothing. I
Uh,
don't know. Yeah, nothing. I was just
she
like, damn.
helped him sometimes question mark.
Well, so there was a scene earlier when she was like, when he was explaining if he doesn't have a sword, he's gonna lose his power. And she was like, well, you have so much. You already ruled the world, and you got me, and you got this one. And he was like, yes, I do have you, but that can all be taken away from me. And I was like, oh, it's about to be some kind of romantic connection or something.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he was just an abusive asshole, and it didn't matter. He wasn't
Burning
gonna
the
get
shit out of her arm.
and her neck, so it was just like,
It's just that fucked up shit.
yeah.
And she's
So
still like, even at the end, she's like, I'll stay. She does sneak away, but like, I mean,
I
during
will
that final fight.
and she when it was over. But I really enjoyed the fine ass Evil Land that played in the first movie, with Dolph Lundgren. And that woman that was a fine ass actress with those gray. She had silver eyes in real life. Whoo, she was fine. Whoo, that woman was fine. Anyway, I was when this Evil Land walked in, I was like, womp womp womp. I was like, this shit, what, no,
Dang.
dude. If I wish I had a
I
screen.
really like that actress though.
The lady who played it.
Yes. I like her in other stuff. What is her name? My brain is broken.
Allison Brie.
Yeah, Alison Brie. She's I like her in a lot of other stuff. So, my problem is I thought because I know here's the thing. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't even almost everyone in this movie comes off as not great. Like as far as acting is concerned.
Huh. I say I disagree. I really think Idris Elba had me cracking up.
Here's the thing. It's
and it
really
wasn't
hard for me to even say anything about Idris Elba because I love him so much. I can't. There's no separating. You know what I mean? He's here,
Yeah.
we're fine. Like that's what I think when he's
I
on
mean, I can understand you saying that, but I was very careful,
Yeah.
not to like fall for his charm,
His charm, he's got me. I'm just like, okay, we're fine. Everyone relax. Idris is here. That's what I
Yeah,
say.
yeah,
We're
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I did not fall for his charm, and then I was also charmed by him. I was like, oh shit, he's actually he's actually beating ass in this thing. He's funny. Most of the shit I laughed at was shit that he was saying.
Sure. Like
You
he's the
know,
most I think he's the most believable real character. Does that make sense? Like I don't know if I'm saying like obviously people are trying to be believable characters, but like when he says the jokes, they're actually funny because there's a buildup within the character
yeah, yeah,
that makes it make sense.
yeah, yeah. His shit, like, yes, I enjoyed watching him probably the most. In that whole thing, I was like, man,
Yeah,
this.
so they should have done more him, more robot.
Yes, because I love their dynamic.
Because
That.
the movie is so long too. There's some stuff that I'd be like, get rid of that. Also, oh my god, we haven't talked about the cat, the tiger, who's in it for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, Cringer. They didn't do much with Cringer at all.
Just
Especially,
weird.
I had to get it, Tiff. I
Oh
had to
yes, the comparative pictures.
look at that evil animal.
Oh my god, I did. You
Damn,
guys,
God,
part of
damn.
part of my problem is
Look at that. That's the
I have
comparison.
seen the original one.
Damn, she's
And
so.
I like the original one. There's just something about it. It's cheesy,
Look at
it's
this
got
guy.
troubles, but it's
Look
great.
at Banadar. He was terrible. He just walked. He
Listen,
was terrible. He did
have a
nothing.
nice time when you're watching the old one.
It's a rough go through. Like
But
even
like if you're in a certain like I watch a lot of movies that are actually like super bad.
uh-huh.
I know that like there's just something about that movie that makes it worth watching in some ways.
It does, but it really messed up with the going to Earth and that little dude with the I have the keys to the universe. That shit was stupid. The whole movie was terrible.
And the Skeletors, ooh, it's so bad.
Yeah, yeah. Look. Well,
Look
this is
at
all
it.
prosthetics and stuff. So
Yeah.
this back in the day. But damn, whoo, whoo. She was in They Live, right? She was the love interest. Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
yeah. That's a fine ass one. Anyway,
I love They
yeah,
Live.
there we go. Yeah, I think he makes a better looking He-Man. Like that, the spike moose hair that never worked for me as with Dolph Lundgren.
Are
It
you
just,
trying to tell me that you think the new He-Man's a better looking He-Man?
I think he's a better looking He-Man.
Yuck,
Yeah,
patooey.
yeah, I do. I do.
I'm a Dolph Lundgren girly. Nothing
And I
wrong with this. Nothing wrong with this He-Man.
absolutely like the Tila character. Anyway, so
Nothing wrong with this He-Man. Just saying.
yeah, yeah. I had to get that picture up because I
You
remember.
did. You had to. I think that's a great thing for people to see the comparison. Anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
and to see how beautiful Evelyn
Look,
was.
the man at arms just look like a goof or something.
Just
Like, "Hey, hey,
very
hey."
goober.
Anyway, man, Skeletor and He-Man fight. They break the sword. He has his epiphany. He gets up, and
Yes.
then
By the way, he has the like flashback of all the people who have ever been mean to him.
well, Skeletor was making him do that shit. That was,
But,
he was working that magic on him.
but I don't think the teacher showed up.
What? I forgot about the teacher. What happened with the
The
teacher?
teacher, the one that we were talking about earlier, where he's holding the picture up in the class, and he's like,
Oh,
"What?" With the child next to him. What fucking idiot drew this?
yeah, yeah. He was like,
Doesn't show up. But the
yeah,
woman who was on that date, oh, okay. Well, then that makes a little more sense. If Skeletor's like making
that
him
makes
do
sense.
that, then he's
Hey,
like playing on his
hey,
insecurities.
with all these internet incel dudes running around, I could see that being a major thing in your head. That she
Well,
was that.
yes, that she like, but and like, but still, he's not an incel. He's just a nice guy,
No, he's not
which is
incel.
gross. I realized that when I said that, that's people say that, and that's a
No,
gross thing to say. I meant literally in this case, he is a nice guy.
no, he's the nicest dude you ever want to meet,
He's
dude.
very sweet. And like even when things don't go his way,
He's the nicest guy you ever gonna meet.
I think you guys there's so much that they like I think that for me they could have had a great He-Man movie. They could there's things in here where I see it. It's like it's whispering to me through through the thick fog of problems that I'm experiencing because I think he's an excellent He-Man. In He-Man Adam is different than He-Man.
Yeah,
But
which I
this
never liked.
He-Man is like an innocent um
Yeah,
an innocent person. He's
Yeah,
like
and
sweet, he's
he'll
naive.
never become a douche because it's
No,
just not in him, you know?
he's just he's happy to help people and he's happy to be around people. And yet, guys, even when people are shitty to him, he's kind of like, okay.
Yeah,
Like he's just sort of that way. And I like that idea for a hero where like everyone to you is someone you can help.
yeah,
And so like that I guess makes sense for the HR thing as well. So like at this point in the movie, he gets stabbed by the broken
it's
sword,
snappy.
which
Well
you guys, ouch. When I saw that, I was like, "Ooh."
well, yeah, and then, all the flashbacks happens and he come
Mhm.
back stronger, he kills Skeletor.
Yeah, he murders him, which is, fine because he's already done a lot of murdering himself. But he's just like,
Well, I was wondering where they were going when they, like, murdered him because, like, he always got away and came back with a more eviler plot. Um, they, they have that thing where, Adam is looking like Prince Adam from the show and stuff like that, and I look
yeah, his little
you know,
fancy
I
Adam
like
clothes. They looked a lot like the clothes.
yeah, 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 yeah. Also, Cringer, going back to Cringer, that scene where Cringer had Beast Man's head in his
And
mouth.
he was like, "We're gonna not be violent." He's like,
Yeah, that shit was hilarious to me.
"That
I
was
cracked
pretty
up.
good.
I laughed out.
That was also good. I did enjoy that as well."
But Cringer had no battle armor and he didn't put the power on him, right? Cringer was just a badass on his own, right? I was like,
Mhm.
okay. Um, so but at the end, they were all talking, they went really hard on the cartoon laughs at the end of this, thing. Ha 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 ha
They
ha.
went
Yeah,
hard
yeah.
because
They
I
did.
saw it happening and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that's cute." They're like doing that thing that they do in the cartoon,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah.
then I feel like 5 minutes later, we look back, still happening.
Still happening, yeah. The robot was back and then he runs off and I like that. I really like that. They was like, "Why he don't think we all know? I mean, what's going?"
Yeah, okay, that
Let him
again, here's
let him
that
have it.
little whisper
Yeah,
because in the original He-Man,
yeah.
they did
They looked
not know.
like one man had a tan and the one man didn't,
Yeah, they did not know that it was, and we as children, we don't care, we believe, right?
Yeah,
So it's fun to see these movies where, like, they do that, and, like, we could have had a whole movie like that, where it's just kinda like, "Here's a really cool or interesting explanation for why it seems this way in the cartoon, but
yeah,
actually everybody knows." So,
yeah,
like, that's the kinda stuff that I'm looking for.
yeah. I thought it was good.
'Cause you
Um,
can't escape, you cannot escape the nostalgia bait of these movies, like, it's impossible to separate from that. You're never going to make a He-Man movie where people don't think about all the other He-Mans they've ever seen.
exactly, exactly. So I dug that. We get to see Cringer in this Battle Cat,
Mhm.
stuff. For a second, I'm pissed because I wanted
Yeah,
more.
why did we not
I wanted more Battle
they
Cat.
probably thought we were gonna get a second.
I was waiting for Battle
Yeah,
Cat the whole damn time,
I did
man.
too. Like, when he showed up later, I was like, "Why did we not?"
Yeah, the movie was almost over at that point. You're like, damn,
Right. He's barely there.
damn. They supposed to be his best buddy. But they didn't need to do his cartoon voice because it was bad. Hey man, what do we know? You're like, well, why is he talking like that?
He's a tiger.
He had a soft voice, which was fine. I didn't mind Cringer turning into some. I'm glad it didn't turn into other people. You know what I'm saying? I really like that. Um, so that was it, man. The credits went on
Well,
and
we see that she's
nope,
Princess
nope,
of Power.
nobody moved. I was like, oh, it must be something. I'm like, nobody's moving and lights are still off. So then, yeah, if the movie would have did well, I guess they would have switched bad guys because the bad guy in She-Ra is supposed to be the ultimate bad guy. Like Skeletor is supposed to kowtow to this guy. I think he was one of just Skeletor's. Skeletor is one of his minions,
Mhm.
from what I can see. And so yeah, they had She-Ra there, which I don't know anything about. I just know I think she's supposed to be his twin sister or some shit like that. That nope, it just came out of nowhere. And like the mother mentions that we only have one. There's still another. The Yoda thing kind of happened.
Mm.
And if it was successful, we probably would have got a She-Ra He-Man mix up. I mean team up for
Yeah,
the next one. Because I couldn't see them abandoning a successful property like He-Man
right. They
unless
would they if they made money, they wouldn't have. There was a lot they left open in this that they
yeah
could have done more
yeah
in a second edition.
yeah. So again, I had a good time watching it, but I agree with everything you said. All your negatives are completely valid. It was kind of like, yeah.
And also, guys, shorten it up. Take it down a notch. 2 hours
I
and 20 minutes. 2 hours, 20 minutes.
I didn't mind. I didn't mind. Matter of fact, I was like, I literally thought like because I thought the story was great. I like the story, right? And I was like, I'm glad they're taking time with the story. I would have probably made a couple of little changes and stuff, especially like in the beginning, you know, like we already talked about. So I won't go over those again. So man, a final word on He-Man. I mean, Masters of the Universe 2026.
Hmm. Like if you like He-Man, like if you deeply love He-Man, I think you'd probably enjoy the film at least a little bit in some aspect or one way or the other.
Yeah, me too. For a fan, this is good. I think. I mean, it's leaps and bounds better than a Dolph Lundgren thing. You know.
You're right. When the bar is like that,
Yeah. We also
it's
got
really weird.
we got a live action Orko in this thing. Which, if you're
Hmm.
gonna put him in at the end, why not just put him in? He could have floated around the whole time, and that would have been fine. You know. But
Yeah.
they stuck him in there at the last minute. I guess for He-Man 2, Masters of the Universe 2, the He-Man sagas, you was probably gonna get more
More
Orko.
screen time.
Yeah, yeah. But never gonna happen. Not with these numbers, ever, ever again. It'll be another generation before they try this shit again. You know, so you ain't gonna see it. Uh,
Dang.
my final words is I'm still a little mixed, got a little mixed emotions about it, but overall I did enjoy my experience because I'm a fan enough
Hmm.
that and I know enough about it. I've seen a ton of them. I just didn't play with the toys. I ain't had the toys. You won't see no He-Man upstairs or behind me like that because I just didn't give a shit that much. Plus, about the time I did decide at one point that I was gonna buy them. I said I think I'm gonna collect them, but like the first generation, like they stopped selling He-Man and Skeletor. So I'm like, I'm not
Not
buying
without them.
Mechanic over here. I don't want him and B-Man.
You can
I
take
don't,
that away. I don't want
yeah.
that.
There was a wide shot at the end of Eternia, and there was a uh, action figure accurate merman that was walking around down there. I was like, oh, there's the merman down there. I was like, huh, interesting. Huh. I would have liked to freeze that frame to see how
Sure.
many other figures that they stuck in
They
there.
put in there, yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. That's all, man. We can't do the damn thing. We got it done, man. Welcome
Yay.
back to Fans on Patrol. Next week, I really want to do the Steven Spielberg film, man. I want to check that out.
All
And then,
right, disclosure day it is.
yeah, I don't know what
Prepare
else is
for me
going.
to hate it probably though, unfortunately.
You say that shit, then you come
I
back
know,
like,
I don't know.
oh, good.
I'll watch it. I will watch it. I will watch it before I judge it.
Yeah. Plus, it's summertime, man. Like, we're gonna have to squeeze beat them down in our buddies in here because all the movies about to come out. Supergirl, Spider
Yeah,
Man, all this
stuff's
good shit,
coming.
man. Yeah, it's coming, 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 coming. So yeah, we're gonna be doing those, and I don't see us having any more breaks for a while, man. My kids is taken care of, and you know, um, if one of us can't make it, I'm definitely gonna try to get guests on. So if y'all watching this or hearing this, get ready because
Get ready.
I don't want to miss any more shows. Anyway, man. I'm the host of Fans Patrol. My name is Montego. With me is my wonderful co-host, Miss Tiffabot. Say goodbye to the people, Tiff.
It's been a pleasure as always.
Yeah, man. And until next week, when we hit our next movie, we will be
On
on Patrol.
patrol.
Stop the film.